Imagine a life filled with success, fame, and fortune, but also with drama, secrets, and endless controversy. This is the world of Sean Combs, better known as Diddy. From dominating the hip-hop scene as Puff Daddy to building a billion-dollar empire, Diddy's journey is one that few can rival. Yet, behind the glamorous parties, luxurious lifestyle, and string of hits, lies a complex and sometimes mysterious figure who has faced countless scandals and rivalries that shaped his legacy. In this video we'll dive deep into the life of Sean Combs, exploring the triumphs that made him a global icon and the controversies that nearly brought him down. From his legendary feuds with Tupac to the untold stories behind his billion-dollar businesses, we'll uncover the secrets that have kept Diddy at the center of attention for decades. Ready to discover the truth behind the man, the myth, and the mogul? Stay with us until the end, you won't want to miss a single detail. And if you love deep dives into the lives of icons like Diddy, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insider stories and exclusive content. Who's Sean Combs? Sean John Combs, born on November 4, 1969 in Harlem, New York, is one of the most iconic figures in music and business. He has an impressive trajectory that spans from rap to fashion, producing music and running multimillion-dollar enterprises. Better known by his nicknames, Puff Daddy, P Diddy, and simply Diddy, Sean has always known how to reinvent himself. He became more than a rapper, turning into a true mogul of pop culture. Despite the glow of his career, Sean's story is full of ups and downs, and he is often surrounded by controversies and mysteries. From his meteoric rise to conflicts with other artists, his personal and professional life has always been in the spotlight. But who really is Sean Combs behind the fame? He has built an impeccable public image, but at the same time, there have always been unanswered questions about his involvement in tragedies and disputes in the hip-hop world. His career started quite differently from what many imagine. Before becoming the star we know today, Diddy worked behind the scenes as an intern at Uptown Records, where he quickly stood out for his talent in spotting new musical trends. It was there that he began shaping the sound that would dominate 90s hip-hop. But he wasn't content just discovering talents, he wanted to be in the spotlight. That's how Bad Boy Records was born, the label that catapulted Diddy into stardom. With it, he launched some of the biggest names in music and solidified himself as a true king of hip-hop. Artists like the notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Maze were molded by his hands and helped transform East Coast rap into a worldwide phenomenon. Success was inevitable, but so were the controversies. Diddy also had a successful artistic career, with albums that topped the charts and made history. Who doesn't remember I'll Be Missing You, one of the most touching songs of the 90s, dedicated to his friend Biggie? But like everything in Sean's life, even the brightest moments were shrouded in mystery and controversy, especially when it came to his friendships and rivalries in the rap world. Beyond music, Diddy expanded his business into fashion with his Sean John brand and the liquor industry with his Ciroc Vodka partnership. These ventures made Sean Combs one of the richest artists in the world, cementing his position not just as a musician but as a businessman. Still, it's impossible to ignore the controversies that have always followed his path. Over the years, Diddy has had to deal with accusations and lawsuits, from nightclub brawls to alleged indirect involvement in hip-hop tragedies. However, he always managed to stay afloat, reinventing his image and pushing forward with his career. And it's precisely this ability to reinvent himself that makes him such an intriguing and mysterious figure. So, we begin to explore who Sean Combs truly is. More than a hip-hop icon, he is a master at controlling his public image while always being surrounded by shadowy questions. Let's now dive into his constant identity shifts, something that only deepens the mystery around him. From Puff Daddy to Diddy, one of the most defining characteristics of Sean Combs over the years has been his constant name changes. From Puff Daddy to P Diddy and later simply Diddy, he seems to always be in search of a new identity. Each name represents a distinct phase in his life and career, and these changes have both confused fans and strengthened his mystique. His first famous stage name, Puff Daddy, emerged in the 90s when he was building Bad Boy Records. The nickname Puff came from his childhood, when he used to puff up in anger, and Daddy was added as an assertion of his power and dominance in the music industry. As Puff Daddy, he produced legendary hits like I'll Be Missing You and Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, which solidified his place at the top of hip-hop. However, in 2001, he decided it was time for a change and shortened his name to P Diddy. According to Sean, the Pete was kept as a reminder of his original essence, but the change reflected a new phase where he wanted to distance himself from the baggage of the previous year's controversies and conflicts. At the time, he said the new name represented a fresh start. The most radical change came in 2005 when he decided to drop the Pete entirely and became simply Diddy. This decision, he explained, was driven by the fact that people were already calling him that. He wanted to simplify things and reconnect with his audience in a more direct way. The new name reflected a lighter phase focused on his evolution as an artist and businessman. However, things weren't that simple. In some countries like the UK, he was forced to return to using P Diddy due to copyright issues, as another artist had already registered the name Diddy. This caused a lot of confusion among international fans but also demonstrated how Sean always managed to navigate problems and keep his brand relevant. These name changes go beyond mere marketing strategies. They reflect Sean Combs' constant desire to reinvent himself and escape the shadows of the past. Each new identity seems to bring with it a new version of Diddy, as if he's constantly searching for something greater or perhaps trying to hide something from his past. What do these changes really mean? Is Sean Combs running from something or just adapting to new market demands? Either way, this ability to reinvent himself is one of the factors that makes him so interesting and, at the same time, wrapped in mystery. The incredible rise. Sean Combs' story in the music world is a true lesson in how talent and ambition can transform someone from a simple intern into one of the most powerful men in the industry. In the 90s, Diddy began his career behind the scenes at Uptown Records, one of the leading R&B and hip-hop labels at the time. He started as an intern, but his innovative vision and ability to identify talent quickly elevated his position. It was at Uptown that he began to understand the real power of music production. There, he worked with artists like Mary J. Blige and Jodeci, helping to create hits that would define R&B during that era. However, Sean always wanted more. He believed he could build his own empire, and this ambition led him to create Bad Boy Records in 1993. Bad Boy Records became a true game-changer in the music industry. One of the first artists Diddy signed was the notorious P.Diddy, who would become a rap legend and help put the label on the map. With his talent for crafting hits and a clear vision of what the public wanted, Diddy transformed Bad Boy into a music powerhouse, shaping the sound of East Coast hip-hop and establishing a legacy that endures to this day. Besides being a producer, Sean also ventured as an artist. He released his first album, No Way Out, in 1997, which was a commercial success and even won a Grammy for Best Rap Album. The single I'll Be Missing You, a tribute to the late Biggie, was one of the biggest hits of the 90s and propelled Diddy even further into the spotlight. He wasn't just the man behind the curtain, he was the star of the show. However, like everything in Diddy's life, his musical success was also accompanied by controversies. The rivalry between Bad Boy Records and Death Row Records, led by Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur, created a deadly tension in the rap world. This feud culminated in the tragic deaths of Tupac and Biggie, which led to speculation about Diddy's involvement in one of hip-hop's darkest chapters. Still, Diddy continued to rise in the music world, launching other artists and creating trends that would shape rap and R&B for years to come. He knew how to reinvent himself and maintain his relevance in a highly competitive market. Diddy's success is undoubtedly a combination of talent, ambition, and perfect timing. But what was the cost? Today, Diddy is recognized not only as one of the greatest producers in hip-hop history but also as a visionary who knew how to turn music into a multi-million-dollar empire. He conquered the music industry in an irreversible way, but at what price? Bad Boy Records. The founding of Bad Boy Records in 1993 was a watershed moment in the music industry. The label quickly became synonymous with success, innovation, and, of course, controversy. Under Diddy's leadership, Bad Boy not only launched legendary careers but also redefined what was possible in the hip-hop world. The label's first major success came with the release of the notorious P.Diddy's debut album, Ready to Die, which was a milestone in rap. Biggie became the face of Bad Boy and helped place the label at the center of the music scene. Biggie's lyrical style, combined with Diddy's production, created a distinct sound that dominated the charts and influenced a generation of rappers. In addition to Biggie, Bad Boy was also responsible for launching other successful artists like Faith Evans, 112, and Maze. Each of them brought something unique to the label, helping to solidify Bad Boy as a dominant force in the music world. Diddy wasn't just a producer. He was a mentor who shaped the sound and careers of his artists. However, Bad Boy Records was also marked by controversies. The rivalry between the label and Death Row Records, which culminated in the tragic deaths of Tupac and Biggie, brought dark questions about Diddy's role in these conflicts. While he has always denied any direct involvement, the fact that Bad Boy was at the center of one of rap's biggest rivalries has never ceased to raise suspicions. Biggie's death, in particular, was a devastating blow to the label. He was Bad Boy's biggest star, and his loss left a void that Diddy never fully managed to fill. Many question whether the label would have achieved as much success if Biggie hadn't died so young. The truth is, while Bad Boy continued to release artists, it was never the same after the tragedy. Despite everything, Bad Boy Records left a lasting legacy in music. It was responsible for creating hits that defined the 90s and influenced rap and R&B in the decades that followed. The cultural impact of the label is undeniable, but the shadows surrounding it are also part of its story. Diddy knew how to use Bad Boy as a springboard to expand his business beyond music. Today, he is one of the wealthiest men in entertainment, but what happened behind the scenes at Bad Boy remains a mystery to many. The mystery of Biggie. The death of the notorious P.Diddy, also known as Biggie Smalls in 1997, was one of the most tragic moments in hip-hop history. Biggie was Bad Boy Records' biggest star and one of Diddy's best friends. His death, just like Tupac Shakur's 6 months earlier, remains shrouded in mystery, and many believe that these tragedies are connected. Biggie was assassinated in Los Angeles, shortly after leaving a Soul Train Music Awards afterparty. The car he was in was hit by bullets, and to this day the case remains unsolved. What makes this story even more intriguing is the fact that Diddy was deeply involved in Biggie's life, both professionally and personally, which has led many to speculate about his role in the events that led to his friend's death. Although he was never formally accused of involvement, Diddy has been the target of numerous conspiracy theories. Some suggest that he knew more than he admitted about the escalating rivalry between Bad Boy Records and Death Row Records. Other theories point to possible gang involvement in retaliation for Tupac's death, a crime many believe to be connected to Diddy's circle. Over the years, Diddy has maintained his innocence and always spoken about Biggie with deep affection and respect. In various interviews he has stated that losing Biggie was one of the greatest pains of his life, and that he would do anything to bring him back. The song I'll Be Missing You, released shortly after Biggie's death, was a touching tribute that resonated with fans around the world. Still, the mystery of Biggie's murder continues to haunt Diddy's career. The fact that the case was never solved keeps speculations and theories alive. The documentary Biggie and Tupac, 2002, and other investigative materials continue to raise questions about what really happened that fateful night. For many, what makes this story even more painful is the fact that Biggie was at the peak of his career. He had just released his second album, Life After Death, which would become one of rap's most iconic records. His death left a huge void in music, and Diddy, as his mentor and friend, was one of the people most affected by this tragedy. Diddy's relationship with Biggie is complex and full of nuances. They were more than just business partners, they were friends who shared dreams and ambitions. However, Biggie's death brought with it a shadow that Diddy has never been able to fully shake. Did he really know more than he revealed? This is a mystery that may never be resolved. Enjoying the content? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive into the stories behind the world's biggest icons. Join our community and stay updated with the latest exclusive content. Feuds with Tupac. One of the most famous controversies surrounding Sean Combs revolves around his feud with Tupac Shakur, which led to the legendary rap war between the East Coast and the West Coast of the US. This conflict not only made history in hip-hop but also resulted in tragic consequences for both sides, with the deaths of Tupac and the notorious B.I.G., the biggest artist on Diddy's Bad Boy Records label. The conflict between Tupac and Biggie began with rumors of betrayal. Tupac believed that Biggie and Diddy were behind an assassination attempt on him in 1994, at a recording studio in New York. Although there was never any concrete evidence to support this claim, Tupac became convinced that he had been betrayed by his East Coast colleagues, and this sparked a fierce rivalry. Diddy always denied any involvement in the attack on Tupac, but the situation quickly spiraled out of control. Tupac, who had signed with Death Row Records, led by Suge Knight, released several songs that directly attacked Biggie and Diddy. One of the most infamous diss tracks in rap history, Hit 'Em Up, accused Biggie of betrayal and bragged about an alleged relationship with Faith Evans, Biggie's wife. The tension between the two record labels escalated, and the conflict between East and West Coast rappers became a massive feud in the hip-hop world. Many artists on both sides found themselves embroiled in a rivalry that seemed to have no end. While album sales soared, so did the animosity behind the scenes, creating a dangerous and tense atmosphere. Diddy always tried to maintain a diplomatic stance regarding Tupac, but at the same time he publicly defended Biggie. Tupac's death in 1996 shocked the music industry and fueled even more distrust. For many, Tupac's murder was directly linked to the rap war and the rivalry with Bad Boy Records, and Diddy inevitably got swept into the speculation. After Tupac's death, tensions rose even higher. Just 6 months later, Biggie was murdered under mysterious circumstances, further fueling theories of revenge and retaliation between the two coasts. Diddy always tried to distance himself from these controversies, but the impact of the rap war left a deep mark on his career and Bad Boy Records' public image. In the end, the rivalry between Tupac and Biggie became one of the saddest and most controversial chapters in hip-hop history. Although Diddy managed to survive the accusations and continue his career, the scars from that era never fully disappeared. For many, he will always be associated with that time of tragedy and conflict. Love life. When discussing Sean Combs' personal life, we can't overlook his romantic relationships, which have always been in the public eye. Since the early days of his career, Diddy has been involved with some of the most famous women in the entertainment world, and his relationships have been marked not only by glamour but also by drama and controversies. One of Diddy's most notable relationships was with singer Cassie Ventura. The two had an on-again, off-again relationship that lasted over a decade, constantly surrounded by rumors and speculations. The media often speculated about the reasons for their frequent breakups and reconciliations. Although both kept a low profile at times, headlines often highlighted fights, dramatic separations, and even rumors of infidelity. Before Cassie, Diddy was in a long-term relationship with Kim Porter, with whom he had 3 children. Kim was an important figure in Sean's life, and even after they ended their romantic relationship, they remained very close. When Kim tragically passed away in 2018, Diddy publicly expressed his immense grief, calling her his best friend and one of the most important people in his life. Kim's death marked an emotional turning point for him, and he admitted that he never fully recovered from the loss. Another famous romance that generated controversy was Diddy's brief relationship with pop star Jennifer Lopez in the late 1990s. The couple was a media sensation, frequently seen at luxurious events and parties. However, their relationship came to an abrupt end after a highly publicized incident. In 1999, Diddy and Jennifer were at a nightclub in New York when shots were fired. Diddy was arrested for illegal possession of a firearm but was later acquitted of all charges. This episode ended their romance but left a lasting mark on both their lives. Besides these relationships, Diddy has always been surrounded by rumors of romantic involvement with various other celebrities, such as Naomi Campbell and Sienna Miller. However, he has remained reserved about the details of his love life, preferring to keep certain parts of his personal life away from the public eye, which has only fueled curiosity about his relationships. Despite all the drama and separations, Diddy has always been a devoted father to his 6 children from different relationships. He is often seen at events with his family and has never hidden the deep love he has for his kids. His love life may have been turbulent, but when it comes to family, Diddy consistently shows his more caring and protective side. His billion-dollar businesses. Beyond being a legend in the music world, Sean Combs is also known for his incredible business acumen. He wasn't content with being just a rapper and producer. Diddy turned his fame into a true empire, diversifying his income streams across various industries. And like any successful mogul, his businesses aren't without controversy. One of Diddy's first ventures outside of music was the creation of the Sean John clothing brand, launched in the late 1990s. The line quickly became a hit, bringing urban style into the mainstream. Sean John clothes were worn by celebrities and became a symbol of hip-hop culture during that era. In 2004, Diddy even won the CFDA, Council of Fashion Designers of America, award for Menswear Designer of the Year, solidifying his brand's presence in the fashion world. However, like everything associated with Diddy, the brand wasn't free from controversy. He was accused of using cheap labor in Honduran factories to produce his clothing. These allegations caused a media uproar, with activists demanding better working conditions for the employees. Diddy denied the accusations and said he would take measures to ensure the company's practices were ethical. But this episode left a stain on his fashion brand. Another billion-dollar venture for Diddy was his partnership with Ciroc Vodka. When he became the brand's ambassador in 2007, Ciroc sales skyrocketed, making it one of the most popular alcoholic beverages in the US. The success of this partnership was so significant that Diddy secured a substantial share in the company's profits, further solidifying his status as one of the most successful businessmen in the industry. But Diddy didn't stop there. He also invested in other ventures such as Revolt TV, a television network focused on music and youth culture, which he founded in 2013. The channel stood out for bringing innovative content and became an important platform for new artists and cultural discussions. However, Revolt also faced controversies, with accusations of racial and gender discrimination made by former employees. These allegations were widely covered by the press, and Diddy vehemently denied any wrongdoing in the company's management. Despite the controversies, Diddy continued to expand his business empire. He also ventured into the beverage sector with his own tequila brand and even attempted to buy the Carolina Panthers NFL franchise in 2018, although his bid was not accepted. His ability to diversify his investments is what sets him apart from many artists, and that's why Diddy is often cited as a prime example of business success. Diddy's billion-dollar empire is a reflection of his ambition and long-term vision. He not only shaped the music industry but also left a mark on other industries with his bold leadership style. Of course, with big businesses come big controversies, and Diddy has never been entirely free from them. But he's always known how to turn these situations to his advantage, transforming criticism into opportunities for growth. Diddy's parties. If there's one thing Sean Combs knows how to do, besides music and business, it's throwing legendary parties. Diddy's parties are famous worldwide for their luxury and extravagance, and he takes pride in having created some of the most memorable celebrations in entertainment history. However, these parties haven't always been all glamour. Some have been marked by controversies and excess. One of Diddy's most famous parties is his iconic White Party, an annual event where all guests must dress in white. Held in luxurious locations like the Hamptons and Beverly Hills, these parties always brought together Hollywood's elite, musicians, models, and businesspeople. The events were known for their opulence, with endless champagne, renowned DJs, and an ultra-exclusive guest list. However, some of these parties also sparked controversy. The extravagant lifestyles and wild behaviors of many attendees frequently caught the attention of the media. There were several allegations of excessive alcohol and drug use during these events, something Diddy never publicly admitted. Despite this, the reputation of his parties as the place to be never diminished. A particularly famous incident occurred in 1999 when Diddy threw a party in New York that ended in chaos. During the event, shots were fired and 3 people were injured. Diddy was arrested on charges of illegal gun possession but was later acquitted. The case received widespread media coverage and cast a negative light on his parties. Even with these controversies, Diddy's parties continued to attract celebrities and media attention. He always knew how to create an environment that mixed luxury, exclusivity, and a touch of mystery, making his celebrations the must-attend events of the year. Many guests describe his parties as something out of the ordinary, where the unexpected always happens. But Diddy's parties aren't just about fun. He has also used these occasions to raise money for charitable causes. In various editions of his events, he organized auctions and donations to help underprivileged communities and support educational projects. This helped soften the extravagant image often associated with his events. Diddy is also known for throwing grandiose parties to celebrate his birthdays. In 2019, he celebrated his 50th birthday with an epic party in Beverly Hills, attended by stars like Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Cardi B, and many others. This event was a true spectacle of luxury, showing that even as the years go by, Diddy remains the king of celebrations. In the end, Diddy's parties perfectly reflect his personality: extravagant, bold, and always surrounded by controversy. Despite the highs and lows, he continues to be one of the most influential and celebrated figures in the entertainment industry. Legal troubles. In addition to lavish parties and billion-dollar businesses, Diddy also has a controversial history when it comes to legal troubles. Over the years, he has been involved in several scandals that resulted in lawsuits and sensational headlines. And of course, as with everything in Diddy's life, these episodes never went unnoticed by the public and the media. One of the most famous cases happened in 1999 during a nightclub party in New York, as previously mentioned. Shots were fired and several people were injured. Diddy was arrested on charges of illegal gun possession, and his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, was with him at the party. Though he was acquitted of the charges, the case generated significant publicity and called his public image into question. Another controversial incident occurred in 2015 when Diddy was arrested following an altercation at a university where his son, Justin Combs, played football. Diddy allegedly assaulted a coach with a kettlebell after a disagreement about his son's performance. Once again, he avoided conviction, but the incident was widely reported and damaged his reputation for a while. Diddy has also been the target of several civil lawsuits. In 2011, he was sued by a man who claimed to have been attacked by Diddy's security team during a party in Miami. The man demanded millions in compensation, but the case was settled out of court. While Diddy wasn't convicted, the lawsuit reignited discussions about the behavior of his security team and the atmosphere at his parties. Additionally, Diddy has been sued multiple times by former employees who accused him of workplace harassment and failing to pay adequate wages. Though many of these cases were resolved through financial settlements, they contributed to the perception that Diddy's empire isn't always as glamorous as it seems. He has also faced allegations of racial and gender discrimination at his companies, especially at Revolt TV, where former employees claim to have endured a hostile work environment. These incidents are part of a long list of legal controversies that have followed Diddy throughout his career. Despite this, he has always managed to escape major problems, whether through acquittals or financial settlements. For many, this ability to emerge unscathed from complicated situations only adds to the mystery surrounding him. But in the end, legal troubles are just another chapter in Sean Combs' life. He has always known how to use controversies to his advantage, turning even the toughest moments into opportunities to reinvent himself and stay on top. Diddy's legacy. After decades at the top of the entertainment industry, Sean Combs has built a legacy that is nothing short of unforgettable. He went from being a simple intern at a record label to becoming one of the wealthiest and most influential men in the world. Along the way, Diddy accumulated success, wealth, controversies, and a cultural impact that transcends generations. For many, Diddy's legacy is directly linked to his ability to reinvent himself. He is not just a rapper or a music producer, he is a visionary who changed the way music, fashion, and business are viewed in pop culture. His influence goes far beyond the albums and hits he produced. Diddy helped shape hip-hop and African-American culture over the past few decades. However, Diddy's legacy is also marked by controversy. His connection to tragedies like the death of the notorious B.I.G., his feuds with Tupac, and the legal issues that followed him throughout his career are chapters that cannot be ignored. For many fans, these controversial moments are part of what makes Diddy such a complex and fascinating figure. Moreover, his impact on the business world is undeniable. Diddy opened doors for artists to become entrepreneurs, showing that it was possible to go beyond music and build empires in other industries. He paved the way for today's generation of artist entrepreneurs such as Jay-Z, Kanye West, and Rihanna, who followed in his footsteps and expanded their empires beyond music. But above all, Diddy will be remembered for his ability to stay relevant. While many of his peers faded into obscurity, Diddy always found a way to reinvent himself and remain at the center of attention. Whether through new music ventures or even his iconic parties, he has always been one step ahead. And even with all the controversies and ups and downs, Sean Combs' legacy is, without a doubt, one of the most impressive in the entertainment industry. He is an example of how talent, vision, and a healthy dose of persistence can turn someone into a living legend. And, of course, he will always be remembered as someone who knew how to turn controversies into fuel to stay on top. As we've explored, Sean Combs' life is anything but ordinary. From his meteoric rise in the music industry to his reign as a business mogul, Diddy has cemented himself as one of the most influential figures in entertainment. But beyond the fame and fortune lies a man who has faced countless challenges, controversies, and mysteries. His legacy is a testament to resilience, ambition, and constant reinvention. Whether you admire his business acumen, his musical genius, or simply find his story fascinating, one thing is clear: Sean Combs is unforgettable. And while his journey is still unfolding, we'll be watching closely as Diddy continues to shape culture in his own bold way. Thanks for sticking with us through this deep dive into the life of a legend. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe for more exclusive content just like this. Stay tuned, there's always more to uncover.